Wow, so thank you so much for being here. You are truly exhibiting the Portland spirit, being out here, rain, shine, everything in between. And my name is Gina Frazzini. I'm the Executive Director of Basic Rights Oregon. And thank you. And I'm just so incredibly proud to represent my organization on behalf of all of you and on behalf of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender Oregonians all across the state of Oregon. We are proud to have partnered with a group of organizations working to put tonight together Cascade AIDS Project, CAP, the Q Center. That's, yes, please, show some love. And Pride Northwest, who in just a few weeks will be joined by another few tens of thousands of folks down here on the waterfront and through the parade. So, you know, we're the organizations who had a chance to come together and launch this thing on Facebook, but there are hundreds of agencies across the state of Oregon who are here, represented here tonight, the Community of Welcoming Congregations, Equity Foundation, HRC Local, just more than I can really mention. And I just want to thank everybody for taking a stand with us tonight. So I'll be back to talk a little bit more about logistics in a minute, but I want to introduce to you the Mayor of Portland, Mr. Sam Adams.
Thank you. I couldn't be prouder of a city in a region and Southwest Washington and state of Oregon that turns out on such short notice to say this is a city, region, and states of inclusion. That we believe that folks from all walks of life have the right to live and to love and to marry and to have relationships and family with whom we want to, not with whom others might dictate for us. If you can imagine going through something as horrific as this, as upsetting as this, as dangerous as this, and then to imagine talking about it in front of thousands of strangers, then you will know something about the courage of the two individuals that are up here, the true heroes of this evening. Christopher and Brad didn't ask for this kind of attention, but they have shown amazing courage to be here tonight. Join me in thanking them. It is my honor to introduce Brad. Thank you. You all look so beautiful.
Thank you. Throughout this entire experience, it has been nothing if not encouraging to see the community support and reaction and encouragement from photos uploaded, from messages, from this right here with however many thousands of people are here. So thank you. You're beautiful and I appreciate it. Tonight's event is not just about last Sunday's violence. As we all know, acts of discrimination and violence happen every single day. Most of them, unfortunately, go unreported. Tonight's event and your presence here is about everyone this has happened to and everyone that it will happen to in the future. The first thing that went through my head when the attack happened was, not again. Not again. Not another example of violence, of hatred, of someone else trying to force their ideas about the world onto me. Not one more reason for LGBT folks everywhere to live in fear of something that most people take for granted every single day. Most people don't think twice about touching their partner's arm, holding their hand, or giving them a quick kiss in public. Yet many LGBT people think very carefully about doing any of those things, knowing full well that it could incite, at the very least, name-calling, disgusted looks, parents shielding the eyes of their children as if it were a plague, or at worst, it can incite violence. Many people have expressed shock that such a thing could happen in Portland, of all places. In much of the world, holding hands is a simple and accepted sign of affection or friendship that can be shared between anyone, including two men, and mean nothing more than two people are enjoying each other's company. America, however, seems to have a unique problem with this act, and yes, that often includes Portland. This is not the first time I have been attacked, physically or verbally, for being gay. This is not the first time I have feared for my safety or my life, and sadly, I don't expect it to be the last. What I want to talk about is a much larger cultural issue we have with making different people feel like they are worth less than normal people, as if there is such a thing as normal. In this instance, it was because we were gay. Other examples include Christians surrounding a group of peacefully praying Muslims, taunting, holding signs, and trying to convert them. A white landlord who chooses not to rent to a Hispanic family because he feels they're dirty or have more children or are less likely to pay the rent than the other white family who applied. Or a group of high school boys who make a bet on who can find the fattest girl to go out with them, then take them to a restaurant to collect their winnings and humiliate the girls in the process. Thousands of people walk the streets of America and, yes, even Portland, feeling like they are less than human, that their life is not as valued by society as their other, supposedly more normal peers. The effects of this internalized hatred are endless. They contribute to gang violence, to depression, to self-medicating via alcohol and drug abuse, to sexuality that people feel must be kept secret, explored in dark alleys and bathhouses, rather than openly and safely. How can we talk about keeping ourselves safe, about being healthy, about being loved, if we are doing so in secret, if we are hurting in silence? While not all discrimination is equal, I do see a common thread. The conversation I hope comes out of this unfortunate event is, what role do we as a society have in ensuring that no individual feels like they are worth less than another for any reason? How can we ensure the teacher who overhears a student being taunted speaks up instead of turning the other ear? How can we ensure that when I open my copy of my favorite design magazine and see a feature about a house, that they don't have to skirt around the fact that these are two men in love who live in this house together as a family? This is the conversation I hope begins today. I don't have the answer, but I hope you all will join me in the journey to finding one together. As beautiful as I think holding Christopher's hand is, I can accept and respect those who disagree. There are too many people in the world to agree with or like everyone, but what I cannot accept is asserting violence on another human being as a way of forcing them into silence, into hiding, into fear. And on a final ending note, I would like to make a special appeal to fear. Many people I've spoken to have the well-intending but incorrect response of, if you know that holding hands might upset people, might cause you harm or harassment, isn't it better to just not do it? No! To this I respond, would you have told feminists asking for the right to vote, you know that upsets people, so isn't it better not to ask? Would you have told the interracial couple, black and white, holding hands, you know that upsets people, so isn't it better to just not do it? This country has a long history of struggling against oppression, and nothing has ever been gained by thinking, I know this might upset a few folks, so I better just let it go. So, to my LGBT brothers and sisters, and to everyone, fear is too easy of a response. Never stop holding hands. Thank you.
What's that?
Send people to the sidewalks when they're going out.
Okay. Hey, thank you to Brad and Christopher. Thank you for those really powerful words. I really appreciate your courage and your strength in being here tonight. I want to thank the mayor and his staff who've been incredible in helping to pull this together, and the dozens of volunteers who are out there with flags and with vests ready to guide folks up and across the bridge in just a moment here. There's just a couple things I wanted to say, because, you know, holding hands, as Brad has talked about and others have said, it's an act of love. It's an expression of affection, and it's a symbol of faith in another human being. And tonight in this crowd, we're surrounding Brad and Christopher and everyone who's been the victims of violence, of oppression, of hateful words because of who they love or who they are, with the love that is Portland, with the love that is Oregon, and with the love that we can spread across this city, this state, this nation, and the world. We'll join hands tonight as an expression of affection, as lovers, as friends, as parent and child, as neighbors and community members. And we'll join hands as a symbol of our faith that together we have the power to create a community that is inclusive and open and welcoming and celebrates each and every one of us in all aspects of who we are. So as I get into the logistics here, not my strong suit, but can I see a show of hands waving the pink flyers that we passed out here? I just want folks to take a look at these. One of the most important things at the bottom of the page is an opportunity to email and become a part of Q Patrol, which will work throughout the spring, summer, and fall to ensure safety for everyone in our community. So I encourage you to get involved. It's not the only way to be involved in our community, and I hope tonight for many of you is an extension of your engagement, and if for some of you a beginning of being involved. I want to ask folks, we're asking folks, please obey all laws. Our plan tonight is not to stop traffic, but to demonstrate our commitment to solidarity through lawful assembly. We have the amazing volunteers in vests with flags who will guide folks up the ramps. There are ramps on both sides of the Hawthorne Bridge. I've been told we're not taking the stairs, which is kind of nice because they're exhausting. So make your way to one side of the bridge or the other and make your way up the ramps. There will be folks, again, with the vests and flags to guide folks who will head all the way across the bridge because of the size, the amazing and powerful and incredible size of our crowd tonight. We're going to go all the way across the bridge, down the ramps on the other side where folks will meet. And as we gather, there will be folks to lead us in singing of the beautiful Beatles song, I Want to Hold Your Hand. So thank you, and please, again, this is a peaceful gathering, and we intend to leave both the bridge and this park as beautiful as we found it, so pack it in, pack it out, and we'll see you up on the bridge. No, it's not. It's actually already on Yeah, which way is it?
Oh yeah, tell you something I think you'll understand. When I say that something, I wanna hold your hand.
gentlemen, thank you once again for showing up for Hands Across Hawthorne in support of love. Show your love today, this Memorial Day weekend. Drive safely on your way home.